draft. We'll see whose numbers come up.
You certainly are, so we're going to have to see what they decide to pick up here. Oh no, don't do this, Oceania. Oh no, please no, you're just giving nightmares to everyone back at home.
PBO's being hopeful.
This is not great. So far though, we see two Zacks being locked in on the side of Team Fire.
I've heard of NA Rengar. How is OCE Rengar?
Rengar is probably the most hated champion in Oceania.
Okay.
So I don't think they're going to lock this one in. I think they're just hovering it for now.
Well, they've unselected and now they're kind of swapping over.
There we go. That's what we expected from them. But it was a little bit of a fright there to see an Oceanic team hover over Rengar. So we will see the Ezreals locked in. We do see the Zacks being locked in as well. So Ezreal against Zac.
Now, is this the equivalent of rock, paper, scissors, and Zac is the rock and Ezreal is just going to be the paper now? Because are they ever going to hit an elastic slingshot?
I don't think they're ever going to hit an elastic slingshot. My question is, how is Ezreal going to kill all these Zacks?
That's a good question. With damage is what I assume is going to be the thing. Whereas what Brazil are doing, and maybe I'm doing the same thing as last time, where we thought the Graves would do well, and actually the Lee Sin crushed them. Maybe it's the same thing, but Ezreal has a blink, so pretty difficult.
Well, if you think about it, you know, the Zac's got to jump onto one Ezreal. If Arcane chips away, then you get all four Zacks to jump on him, and he's definitely going to die.
That is optimistic and requires a lot of, forward thinking. Took a while to see the Graves line things up and get their cues in the right direction, so there's a lot on the line.
It certainly is.
Yeah, the Ezreal, well, at least they got the push, I guess.
Well, you and I got to watch a little bit of Zac playing All for One earlier today. Unfortunately, they can't pick up each other's blobs, but it is a little bit disgusting seeing people knocked up constantly all over the place.
Oh no, it's all pool party as well. The sound effects, just...
And it's full debonair Ezreal as well. You can see both the teams actually on your screen, so just looking over to one another when they saw that everyone has the exact same skin. Oh no, this is going to be a disaster. But for you back at home, head over to @LoL Esports and vote for your team to win. If you want Oceania to take this one, use the hashtag OCEWin to raise your koalas. If you want Brazil to take down the Oceanic squad, use the hashtag BRWin. But enough of that, we're about to get onto Summoner's Rift for the second match of All for One.
So we got a healthy mix of AD and AP coming out from our Ezreals, who... This looks ridiculous.
Oh,
this actually looks ridiculous. All of the debonair.
Oh, goodness.
Is that a chroma version as well? Or is that actually debonair Ezreal?
It's debonair Ezreal. So they've got 4 teleports in the side of Zac. There's going to be a lot of teleporting to blobs. They're already talking about it amongst one another. We saw Dude say, you belong in a museum. Already.
I think Dude may have, Revolta may have just had his mind blown, because yes, they're all running TP, but Swiffer's talking a little bit about how they can TP on the blobs. Yep. So what's going to happen is Revolta's going to get caught out in the jungle, and then 4 Zacks are all just going to TP on one blob each.
God's sake.
This is dumb.
That's not something you see every day. I was not prepared for this.
They've actually timed it.
Oh my goodness. If there was any 2 teams to trust to put on a fun show like this, it would be Oceania as well as Brazil. But the jungle camps have spawned, the minions have crashed into lanes. In the mid lane, Swiffer up against Kami here, taking on the Zac as Ezreal in the jungle. You see Yang and Revolta, just kind of leeching back and forth. Carbon looking to try and hit level 3 nice and early by kiting this card camp around. Doesn't do too much damage to the big Krug. Slowly smite that one away, get some health back for it. He will be able to hit level 3 once he kills the Russian dolls.
It's been a long time since we've seen Ezreal in the jungle in a competitive game.
I'm sorry, but I'm in an office with Rusty. I see this every day.
I said in a competitive game. It's been a long time
true.
since he was a pro player. It's one of the shots I get to fire out. Oh, that is 5 courage of the Colossus. So, if any of them land in between 5 people, that's going to be, what, a 35% max health shield?
That's right.
And if you're only building health,
On all 5 Zacks.
On all 5 Zacks. Are there enough Blade of the Ruin Kings to go through that? I mean, Giant Slayer into Lord Dominic's is going to be critical for just about everybody in this game.
Certainly is. You could definitely expect the Zacks to be picking up their Spirit Visages. You can see the different builds coming out from Zacks here. I mean, not really. All Doran's shields coming out from every single Zac. You see Kami in mid lane only using his health potion. Only Revolta really going for the Hunter's Talisman to kind of farm up in the jungle a little bit more efficiently. Whereas for the Ezreals, we see support Ezreal being played by Rosie. He's gone for the Spell Thief's Blade just to kind of not take any farm away from Radiant. Going for a traditional AD carry Ezreal. Top lane Swiper's got his Doran's Blade. Mid lane we have a Doran's Ring for Swiffer.
PBO and Dude are really struggling in this bottom lane. They've got 8 CS between them. I don't know why one of them... So when we were watching the playtest earlier, like people went double Relic Shield. I'm surprised that we didn't see the same thing come out. Yang, gotta be careful in that top side.
Taking quite a bit of damage there from Carbon and Swiper, but is able to get to the safety of his turret. Does have teleport if he needs to get back into his lane. In fact, Kami's already used his teleport to get back into the mid lane, picked up a Ruby Crystal for himself. Yang is still deciding to say, Carbon Arcane shifts forward, gets a little bit of damage down on towards the Zac. Swiper threading the needle with his Mystic Shots as well.
Infernal Drake is the first one out on the map, so maybe we'll end up seeing if... I mean, if the Ezreals can get that off just having the natural push advantage in the lanes, then that's going to go, you know, a nice little way. Help them chunk through some of the health that Zacs are going to end up with. I wonder whether we're going to see a full AP Zac coming from that, or whether they're all just going to build health.
I'm actually really curious to see if we're going to see a full tank Ezreal from Swiper, because when he played the Assassin mode Pantheon, he tried to build pseudo-tank, didn't really go for an Assassin's build, lacked a lot of damage on his Pantheon top, and he is known to be a top lane tank player.
I don't know how effective tank Ezreal is going to be against 5 tanks.
Well, that is actually something I have seen in a competitive game. Top lane tank Ezreal. Not very exciting. You just arcane shift into people and hope you don't die.
Ah. I would assume if you have a lot of resistances, you're probably not going to die, but... Ah, Yang. Didn't quite find Swiper. He's going tier. He's not really going tank on this one.
Not going to go tank. Meanwhile, Swiffer heads back into his mid lane, picked up a tome for himself, so sticking to a true AP Ezreal build path. You can see he's got a lot of points into his Essence Flux instead of the Mystic Shot, which does scale a lot better on AP. Dude going to take a bit of damage from the Thunderlord's proc by Rosie there. Rosie and Radiant actually doing a really good job in this bottom lane. It's 46 CS to 13 at the moment.
See, the other side of things from that the last chapter, we're going to go Morellonomicon, so we're going to have some of that healing reduction coming through. Maybe we'll see one Mortal Reminder out of some of the other Ezreals, just to cut through some of the self-healing that Zac's going to have too. So it's not just the Lord Dominic's. You kind of probably need a mix of both. Ooh, dude, got to be careful.
Taking quite a bit of damage there, but Revolta's trying to jump in across the side of the wall. Let's see if he can land it.
Nope.
Decides to cancel his Elastic Slingshot as Dude just taking so much damage from the Essence Fluxes over the minion wave from Radio and Rosie.
Yeah, and it's, you know, a difficult time because as soon as you see Zac come in, that Arcane Shift is going to just jump you right the way out of danger. So, Dude this time comes onto the minion wave. That's going to spell the end of that push from the Ezreals in the bot side. We'll see what they end up buying.
Seems like every single Zac is going more for tanky items. There's a true shot barrage down the mid lane.
Everybody's high health, so we're not following it for a kill, unfortunately.
Yep, just seems like Carbon there decided to attack Swiffer's lane a little bit, despite not ganking it.
Just getting that constant push on. Make sure you can push every lane out as much as possible. Where are PBO and Dude going?
Seems they're moving in towards the red buff here. Carbon's actually started that one up. Does have a ward inside of his own brush, so can spot out the Zacs coming through.
Oh, mid lane.
Kami trying to jump on top of
Swiffer.
Swiffer. Shifts forward. Another one comes in with Revolta. They're bouncing on top of the Debonair Ezreal. Double bounces all over Swiffer. They all splash down and pick up first blood.
Oh, Dude.
The first bloblets are going to get popped there. The rest of the team, PBO and Revolta, trying to block. There's only one block left, but no! It's not going to be enough. Dude, the French dude, will get taken down.
PBO having a flash out. They missed a couple of critical blocks on the Qs coming from the Ezreal. So 1-1. The advantage is for the OPL team right now because just the sheer farm advantage in the bottom lane.
Here we saw up on the top side of the map there, Yang trying to go aggressive over towards Swiper. True Shot Barrage comes across the map, doesn't take the red buff away from Revolta. He picks that one up with ease. Carbon now working on the Scuttle Crab. Honeydew even being picked up there. Rosie making sure Carbon's nice and topped up. They're going to start the Infernal Drake. Should be able to chip away at this one pretty quickly as 3 Ezreals arcane essence fluxing one another to keep their attack speed nice and high.
Oh, that's... you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours. Everybody gets the extra attack speed, and they're able to take that down. Let's take another look at how Swiffer got taken out, because there's the one. Didn't quite hit from Kami, so baits out the E. I like it. Kami missed on purpose, by the looks of it. Was able to bait Swiffer forward. I'll give him the benefit of the doubt on that one. Come on, Revolta, you've got to block the Qs here. He's a little bit afraid because Rosie and Radiant are both there, and they just don't block the damage coming through.
BBO even tried to block the last few attacks there for Dude, but he gets taken out afterwards as well. Kami, he's gone back to base, picked up a Negatron cloak for himself. So possibly still going for that Abyssal Scepter. We'll have to see if this does decide to go for the AP Zac. The Swiper gets jumped on here by Yang. Gonna miss his own Mystic shots, trying to farm up as much as possible, but he only has the tier, so doesn't deal too much damage to Yang in the top lane.
Yeah, Yang just healing up more off the blobs that are on the floor than the damage that Swiper's doing to him there. Revolta picks up a blue. Is he gonna head bot side? Actually just go straight onto Gromp, so no real help for his bot lane. For BBO and Dude. The double bounce.
Constantly just trying to jump onto the minion wave, clear that one out, and then you see 2 arcane shifts forward from Radiant and Rosie, trying to capitalize on that one. Now it's just an army of Zacs lining up. The rain of slingshot barrages could be coming out in just a bit here. Radiant and Rosie have to be careful.
I want to see this. Just everybody elastic slingshotting. Ah, they're moving. Ah. That would have been fun.
Would have been epic to watch, but instead the Oceanic bottom lane heads back to base. Swiffer throws out a True Shot Barrage, looking to try and clear out the mid lane. Kami is still here, nice and healthy. He's picked up a Chain Vest for himself.
Yeah. Is he going GA first? Are they all going GA first? After the Sunfire Cape
They've
parts?
got Balmy Cinders.
Yeah, well that's okay. Kami's going GA by the looks of it.
That would be very obnoxious.
If they all get Guardian Angel, that's 15 Zacs, basically, that you have to kill.
Pretty much.
That's disgusting.
You thought killing Zac twice was hard enough, and they all have teleport as well, so they can keep each other invulnerable during one of their resurrections.
Oh, wow, I hadn't... Yeah, that's...
not great. Carbon again throwing out his True Shot Barrage towards the mid lane, taxiing Swiffer again. Being from rival teams in Oceania, you know, just throwing a little bit of shade in the mid lane. Kami still looking to see if he can farm up here against Swiffer. Is going to be jumping in from Fog of War. Doesn't connect with the knock-up. Good arcane shift.
That's what's going to happen if you try and hit the first one. Kami needs to miss the first one and then bait him forward again. Although I don't think Swiffer's going to have that happen too often. However, you can see the cooldown is enough that Kami just gets right back to the elastic slingshot.
You can see so far all the Zacs going as tanky as possible. Cinderhulk being picked up by Revolta.
Let's try and bot again.
He's trying to get into the bot lane. PBO is looking for the bounce. Revolta's coming in as well. They both don't connect.
So close.
Not able to get the knockups down, and Radiant Rose just poke them back.
It's like watching diving at the Olympics at this point. That one, not a good dive. There was no synchro to it. The spin was off. Entry was bad.
2.5 out of 10.
That'd be a really low score.
It's Swiper and Yang going toe-to-toe here. Courage of Colossus does get popped.
Oh,
here we now going to try and jump in. They try to predict the arcade shift, but only one gets it. Now they're bouncing on the bottom lane. Revolta takes
so
way too much damage. They're going to Blobbers. The teleport's going to come in to try and keep him alive, but that's not a very low health Blobbler. True Shot Barrage does come out. Yang will be able to keep him alive. He's on top of Carbon, forced to use the heal. He's bouncing on top of him. He now gets split.
Quick,
there's one
Dude,
teleport,
TP.
but Dude, he does. He teleports onto it. Dude's going to try and save the day. away. Yang comes back up. Teleport gets killed, but Radiant still picks up the kill.
Oh, dude, couldn't keep him alive. Tried to, but he's going back in for more.
Dude is a real man here for Team Fire. Keeps jumping back in. It's now 2,000 gold leader for the OPL squad.
So Kami did not go for a Guardian Angel first. Kami has gone for a ZZ Rock Portal first. So he's just trying to counteract some of that push.
I don't know what's worse, to be honest. I don't know if I want to see the little rhinoceroses that Max likes to affectionately call them, or 15 Zacs. They both just don't sound great.
This was the attempted Zac attack in the bottom lane. PBO missed, Dude missed, Revolta missed. Great sequence. That was fantastic. Here comes the first TP. So this was Yang come from the top lane. Unfortunately, gets taken pretty low. Can't even quite get on for the first kill, and Carbon survived. Then Dude, you can see on screen, tries to TP through. Yang doesn't have enough health when he comes back. It was good in theory.
Oh no, the rhinoceroses are back.
Jumanji gets the push.
Get the turret!
Look at it go!
Almost got there. It was almost a little beetle that could. It's very rare that we see a ZZ Rock portal in the mid lane.
Yes, it actually is. It's incredibly rare.
Pretty short lane, so it's going to be able to get towards the turrets quite quick here, but now Swiffer and Rosie are both in that mid lane. Kami looking to see if he can get the bounce going on in the mid lane. Instead, just jumps on towards the mini lane, tries to get it clear, but here comes the rest. Dude's now going to jump in. Arcade shifts galore, and finally Revolta will be able to knock off Carbon. The bounces are going down. It's splashdown time for the Zacs, as they're able to knock the debonair Ezreals around. Rosie and Swiffer just watch helplessly as Carbon gets taken down.
Oh, it's almost like a celebration. As soon as they hit the first E, every Zac goes, get him! And
we got it, boys, let's go!
Oh, that was hilarious.
Well, it ties up the scoreboard. It's 2-2, but it's still a 3,000 gold advantage for the OPL team. Majority coming from the CS discrepancy in the bottom lane. Here's that one more time.
So, as is customary, missed the first one, missed the second one,
got it!
gets the third one, and off they go. They're off.
He's going to find Radiant as well. He's going to get knocked up. The second one, Revolta predicts the arcade shift for Radiant. Trying to chase him down. Uses as much rubber hands as he can, and will take down the AD carry from Oceania. That was great.
Oh, looked like Radiant couldn't quite get away from that one. Tried, I guess, didn't have his E up by the time we got there, and completely shut out. So Yang has to deal with Carbon.
Throws down the smite as well, just for a little bit of extra damage.
I don't know what's going on anymore in this game. To be honest. This is silly.
Well, Swiper's built a stinger up in the top lane. Not a very traditional item for Ezreal.
Going for that Trinity Force. So just putting it in with the rest of the build, so we'll be able to get that max damage. This is...
No.
Sounds awful.
It's like the Dragon Pit's their own little swimming pool, and they're just diving in constantly.
I didn't know he tickles the underbelly of the fish. I've never watched that recall fully.
Oh no. Well, Swiffer on the top side, Swiper on the top side of the map, still pushing out against Yang here. He's doing a really good job of holding his own.
Oh no, look at the inventories.
No, there's Raptors cloaked for
look
both
what's coming.
Revolta and Dude.
ZZ Rock portals in every lane.
ZZ Rock portals and Sunfire capes galore.
And then buy the GAs, because then you'll never die.
GA and Spirit Resurgent, they'll all be safe. One Arcane Shift used, Carbon still gets hit by the next bounce. Swiffer now trying to jump away. Revolta and Yang on top of it. They're bouncing! Swiffer, he's going to get knocked down here. They flattened him like Super Mario.
Oh man, this is the kind of game where I feel bad for our observers, because they're going to try and catch every single elastic slingshot. Here comes some in the middle.
Oh, Kami's going in first. Swiper uses Arcade Shift. Now that's a good target for Dude, but he can't connect. Instead takes quite a bit of damage from the double Ezreal in the mid lane.
So Kami's Ezreal portal's doing a decent job of at least holding back that mid lane, stopping the push for as long as possible, and we've started to close some of the gold lead that the OPL team had. TP coming through onto the Ezreal portal.
All right, Kami. What do you have in store for us this time?
Gonna get into lane.
Yep, just clears up the minions. Bouncing all over the place.
Perfect dive. Gets onto it.
So
Gets
now,
the front minions.
now we can kind of see the staggering the jumps, making sure the arcane shifts are used. I'm actually just surprised Kami hasn't gone full AP and he's the last person to jump in.
I am a little surprised on that. Like, get Luden's Echo or something so that when you jump in and you hit them, your particles bounce everywhere. Zac bounces everywhere.
Not Swiffer. Quick to arcane shift out of that one. Yang will take a little bit of damage. But he's fine. Here's Zac. He's very, very tanky.
Second Ezreal portal.
And it's going to be the jungler that picks it up. Revolta. And there's two more in the making here. Both Yang as well as Dude have the components. They've got the Raptor's Cloak ready to go.
this game. I don't know whether this game is ever going to end because I don't think the Zacs can ever catch Ezreal.
Buckle up, everyone. We're going to
enough.
60 minutes.
I legitimately think we're going long on this one because Zac can never catch Ezreal enough to reliably kill all of them. But with 5 Ezreal portals, can Ezreal push the wave back? Oh. Unless they like ult one wave continually, all of them every single time, this might be a bit of a stalemate.
It's going to be
Have we got a few more play-by-play casters around here? just bring 5 in and we'll just keep everybody fresh.
Oh, Swiffer's been jumped on here, tries to shift away. Revolta will pop the let's bounce, but the flash will get Swiffer back to safety.
I legitimately think this is a game of like OPL have to just wait and win in the late game.
6 items or bust?
Yeah, yeah. Fish, is your voice up to this?
Well, we'll see how this one goes. For now, there's still lots of bouncing going on in the top lane. Swiffer's been jumped on, no more flash available for him. Rosie's now getting over the wall to see if he can help him out. The last shift's going through, the rubber hands are there. Revolta is unstoppable. You can see Swiffer has his hands in his head. After 3 Zacs jump him in the top lane. Meanwhile, Kami trying to defend his mid lane outer turret, but Swiper and Carbon are enough to take that one down.
All of that for 1 Ezreal, and they lose their mid tower at the same time, so that's going to speed the game up just a touch. TP coming in. They're trying to go on the bot side. Radiant
is being bounced on by PBO. Meanwhile, Revolta and Carbon are trying to duke it up, but there is a TP right behind Radiant in the bottom lane. Kami, though, Suicide Squad in that mid lane. Has to flash away. Carbon's going to flash forward, try and get the slowdown. They do kill the Zerot portal as Revolta decides to jump in as well with his allies. Radiant's managed to somehow avoid the gank that came down to the bottom lane. Will Arcane shift over the wall. 3 Zacs are not enough for Radiant.
It looked like he was trying to get a, you know, the Zacs were trying to box him in but couldn't get it. Look at how much they used for Swiffer though. Yang first to ult, Dude flashes on him and ults. Revolta comes in all the way from the back of the lane and is able to output some damage.
Same, Swiffer, same.
I think that's how we're all feeling watching this game. Why? Why is the word that comes to mind?
Oh, goodness. So 2 Zerot portals are online. Seems like the next 2 are coming up shortly. PBO didn't get the memo.
Oh, he's getting there. He's got the rejuvenation bead. You know, he's on his way. Nearly.
It almost seems like they're in for the long haul as well. They're like, all right, let's get to 6 items, be so tanky they can't kill us, and just bounce on them. I don't know if that's going to be the case, but it seems like what Brazil are trying to do.
Seems like it. It's a long waiting game till they get 6 items.
See 2 Executioner's Callings being picked up, one by Carbon, one being picked up by Radiant. We already have the Morellonomicon being picked up by Swiffer in the mid lane.
Yeah, all to get through that healing. So eventually we might want to see a Lord Dominic's, but just stack the healing debuff as frequently as possible.
It's Kami now in the mid lane going toe-to-toe against Swiffer. Just wants to clear out the wave. Carbon has something to say about that. He's going to get jumped
Carbon.
on now. He's already used his shift. They're bouncing on him. The jungler from Oceania is just getting melted here. And it seems like as soon as Zach holds you tight, he's never going to let you go.
Gotta be careful, because as soon as you use that shift away, if you're still in range, Yang's gonna ult on you as well.
There's all the bounces going on top of Swiper. Already used his shift. Yang still chasing
coming
him
up,
down.
Yang.
There goes the jump. The flash away from Swiper. He's now going to go toe-to-toe. Let's see if he can get the damage he needs down towards Yang. True Shot Barrage does come out. Left with less than 200 health. Swiper just doesn't have the mobility to catch up. There's two ZZ Rot minions on the top lane. What's going on?
Mountain Drake in the bottom side is what's happening. I mean, just using the double ZZ Rot minions as bodyguards.
Oh, they've got 4 now, Stress. I don't think we can keep up with all these Rhinoceros beetles. Oh, goodness.
I mean, the bodyguard play, I like it. It's good. Kami dropping very low in the mid lane. And look, we're nearly at number 5. We're nearly at number 5 on PBO.
PBO, he wants to catch up with the rest of his team. 2 ZZ Rot portals already in the top lane of Volta, and Dude looking for Swiper. He's already used his flash. They're just trying to get behind him, it seems. Dude, not quite far enough. He'll be able to defend the top lane turret to fight another day.
It's so low, though. All he's got to do is run up to it. But he can't with 3 people up on the top side. They're still hunting him. Swiper, be careful, Swiper. Don't use your E.
Swiper, no swiping. Come on.
No, sorry.
Dude now trying to get behind Swiper. No arcane shift used, but Yang is here as well.
Here we
now
go.
The beetles are charging on. 1 gets there. He's able to get a decent amount of damage down. Rosie pops the Ghost. Spooky Ghost will slow down 2 of the Zacs.
Just need the next minion wave. Try and push back Rosie. Here we go again. Dude looking for the charge.
Again, still trying to push the top lane. We mentioned Zacs might have a bit of trouble pushing these turrets. Seems like they found the solution here, Stress, which is every single Zerot portal possible. And they're slowly chipping away at this one.
Is it the ZZ Rot minions that are guarding the Zacs, or the Zacs that are guarding the ZZ Rot minions at this point? Because they're just walking them into the tower.
Oh no, there's even more in the bottom lane, slowly chipping away at these turrets. Starting to look a little bit like the Lee Sin against Graves match that we saw
No,
earlier
this
today.
is looking nothing like the Lee Sin versus Graves matchup. The Lee Sin versus Graves matchup was almost over at this point. This feels like it hasn't even really begun.
Kami now going for the Let's Bounce on top of Swiper, but Swiffer's down here as well. He'll shift into the bounce. Swiper now going aggressively forward, trying to get as much damage down as possible. Kami sidesteps a couple of the Mystic shots, but
TPs are ready.
Oh, no.
All of them are ready.
As soon as you pop one of these Zacs, all 4 are going to show up
gonna fall soon.
afterwards. Eventually, they do have more ZZ Rot portals in the mid lane, but it's going to be the top tower, I feel, that will fall first. Dude and Yang have pushed them off. The Beetles are charging on forward, and they're going to be able to take this one down.
Oh, PBO.
PBO taking a lot of damage. PBO, he's going to fall first. His passive gets popped. Revolta's there to save the day.
They can't
to the
kill
top
him.
of Carbon. He's been separated from his team. They can't kill PBO, and it's going to be Carbon that falls first. The rest of the Ezreal have to shift the heck out of there.
This is like playing against a mortar of Zacs right now, just coming in from all angles. The double TP. It's onto the bombs.
Yang's going to be
Yang
careful, though.
alive.
He's still going to fall.
I thought they kept him alive. They didn't complete the TP. Oh, PBO, dude. I thought it was enough. I thought they were going to arrive. Thought they were going to save the day.
They were trying to be friends, but just didn't quite work out. Meanwhile, someone in the back of this pitch just died to Baron and lost his passive. Not sure which one that is.
Now, I wonder, we've seen it a couple of times. Is it that they're cancelling the TPs, or is it when Yang comes back alive that you just can't, you're not TPing anymore, right? Because it used to be like Javan Flag and Thresh Lantern. Even if the Lantern disappeared, you would still complete the TP onto it. So I assume it's the same thing. I gotta admit, this is where my analysis fails, because I'm not used to seeing Zac with Zac.
Oh, I feel like they're cancelling it, but one that doesn't get cancelled is Yang, who
The
knocks
blast
it back
cone!
with the blast cone! Over the wall for the alley-oop for Revolta!
The Fire Flower comes out. Lots of bouncing in this game. Difficult to keep up with everything. So this was PBO going on to Carbon, or was it Carbon going on to PBO? Again, he shifts forward, does not expect that when his E is not available, the rest of the Swiper's dead.
Meanwhile, Kami just destroying Swiper, slaps him one more time with his rubber hands. He's going to get taken out. It's now 3-9 in favor of the CBLOL team. They've tied up the goal disadvantage they previously had.
Kami's pushing. He's getting the tower. The damage is on. With the Z0 minions, finally they push another tower. And the inevitable whittling down with 2 Mountain Drakes and 5 Z0 portals. Zach is on the move.
Well, the Manamunes have been picked up by 3 members of Oceania. Aegis of the Legion actually being picked up by Rosie. That doesn't give your team armor or magic resist anymore, buddy. You're going to have to upgrade that into the locket first.
He just wants it for himself for now, by the looks of it.
Kami taking getting a lot of damage down towards Carbon. Radius on the wrong side of the match. They're bouncing all over him. Second knockup's going to come who? The rubber hands are going to be able to slow him down. One more attack's going to be enough. He's so low. They jump. It's not enough, but a Sunfire Gate will pick it up for Dude.
Just not enough mobility for Radier. Swiffer goes on Revolta.
Revolta incredibly low. One more auto attack would take him down, but let's bounce from PBO. He's going to soak up a lot of the damage. Blast Cone gets Revolta over towards the Dragon Pit, but they spot him out. He's now trying to jump away. Rosie can't snipe him off. He's going to have to try and avoid the true shot barrages if they do come out, but Rosie's still chasing on towards PBO.
It's all a distraction, Fish. Look at the top lane.
Oh my goodness.
Look at the top lane. Zach's pushing up there, 2 of them.
Woo, 2 Zachs just trying to chip away at this turret. Yang and Dude slowly working on this one. They don't have the Rhinoceroses because they're not quite close enough to chip away at this turret, but the rubber hands of the experiments will be as they take down the top lane in a turret.
Taking it down, Zach slowly but surely whittling down. This is Kami going against Carbon. I think Carbon, does he shift? Okay, he shifts out this time, but still not enough to take out Kami. Yeah, I was going to say, Revolta goes back in on this one, so we didn't quite catch the start of it.
Flashes right on top of him, and to add insult to injury, escapes on top of that. So we've got 4 Sunfire Caves being built. Cinderhulk for the side of Revolta, so that kind of counts. 5 Z0 portals. And now here come the Thornmails.
It wasn't a locket that Rosie was looking for. It's a banner. Because that's actually a significantly good way of dealing with Zach, because everything's basically magic.
Yep, then they desperately need some way to deal with all the pushing that's coming up from these Z0 portals.
So basically, we're going to have 5 Z0 portals against inevitably 5 banners of command. It actually is the unstoppable force meets the irresistible object at this point.
Oh, and 3 Mountain Dragons have been picked up by the CBLOL squad. Yeah, if they ever get their hands on these turrets, although they don't do quite much damage to start with, they're going to start to really hurt them. Meanwhile, in the mid lane, the rest of Team Fire looking to try and chip away at this mid lane outer turret. Swiffer's the only one there left to deal with them. They don't have very much magic resistance, but still it takes a long time to cut through them. Radia's been jumped on by 2 of the experiments. They're trying to bounce. The flash! Radiant! He jukes him like Yang knows! He sniffs trouble, and Radiant puts his hands in his head. Yang has a big smile on his face.
Nearly baited him out. Oh, that would have been so good if Radiant had done that. That would have been great.
Radiant just typing in all chat, how did you know so quickly? Good reaction from Yang there. Here's a replay of that one.
Oh, we have to see that again. Oh, man. I mean, you can just watch. Radio was kiting back. It was so close. He was running. Is it that he fakes running? That's... He baited flashes as well, but if it hadn't have been for those meddling kids. At first he's like, it worked. There's some words I can't repeat in there, but that was his thought process. Couldn't lawyer his way out of that one, unfortunately.
Definitely couldn't. He was caught red-handed by the cops there, and couldn't really represent himself. But still, the CBLOL team, they've actually taken the gold lead here, Stress. It's now 53,000 to 53,000 gold to 50,000 gold in favor of CBLOL. Revolta's right behind Carbon here. Gonna have to be a little bit careful. Charges the elastic slingshot, but doesn't go through. Oh, will still get stunned up by Dude there, but does Arcane shift back to safety. Now, here comes Kami, and there goes Revolta. Gets the Let's Bounce down. Radius being jumped on. He'll go take it down. Revolta's legendary. PBO is chasing on towards Carbon, throwing out the rubber hands. They slow him down. He has to shift away, but they're still going through. Revolta jumps. He sidesteps it, but he is able to get the unstable Matter off and to take him down. Swiffer's the next target. Gets killed by the Sunfire Cape as Kami just walks alongside him.
Oh, they may be looking very suave, but the Devon Ezreals right now are really struggling.
Ooh, teleport coming on top of the minion just to keep the turret aggro onto an invulnerable minion. Slowly the Relaxer Speedles are taking them down. Yes, the elastic streaks are going in. It's bounce down time. Team Fire on top of Swiper. He's the next one to fall. Rosie's trying to run away, but he's already inside of his own base. Arcade shifts away from one. The passive pops from Zach, but it's going to be a double kill on over towards one of them, and the ace comes down for CB LoL.
The ace comes through. Oh, the CB LoL team have just completely destroyed the OCE hopes in this game. Oh, first they barely catch Raider, and it's just enough that lets bounces come through, and honestly, that's pretty much everything that sets up this fight. There's a Doctor Who quote that seemingly sums this up very well, is that water seems to always prevail. The erosion of the oceanic base has slowly but surely happened. Time and time again, and now they really are in a difficult situation.
Oh my goodness.
Look at these Thornmails. Look at
five. Five Thornmails being picked up, 5 Z0 portals, a Randuin's for Kami in the mid lane. They just don't really care about Swiffer right now. He's the only AP Ezreal in the squad. Gonna have to do a lot more to try and get past this tanky Zac lineup.
They don't even need the GAs at this point. They're done with that. They already don't die.
I'm just really impressed with the strategy that Brazil has come up going into this all-for-one game.
There's a needlessly large rod for
there
Revolta.
We go, Revolta.
Here we go. Finally getting some AP. Some additional AP. Oh, PBO.
Slingshot's coming out. PBO is going to take a lot of damage for that one. Carbon's still going to get hit, but they're going to go down to Bounce Town. He's going to take a lot of damage. Dude will pick up that kill.
Couldn't see him coming. Gets caught out. CB LoL is just going to push this one through. I don't think they're ever going to attempt Baron, because that is just going to take far too long.
Well, they're going to put down a couple of the zero portals very close to the base. 3 of them, to be precise, being laid down here. Swiffer trying to move out to see if he can poke away at them, but there's just so many Zacs.
The constant stream of minions.
Oh, goodness. I'm pretty sure teleport's going to come in shortly. One of them's gone back to base.
Here we go.
There's the teleport.
Siege him up.
They're looking for a Revolta over the side, lands on top of Rosie. Meanwhile, Radiant's being bounced as well. Rosie being the forced one to fall. Swiper's trying to kite backwards. Radiant's being jumped on, bounced on by PBO. Swiffer going to get knocked up as well, but they're trying to kite back. But look at the inhibitor turret. There's so many beetles chasing them down. Swiffer's going to get locked out, gets flashed on by Ye. He's trying to flash away, but Revolta's there, gets the Thunderlord's proc, and it's a double kill being mixed up. 3 Oceanic Ezreals have been taken down.
So many, but they can't let it be, because if they want to take this game, they have to just finish off Swiper and Carbon.
Swiper's going to fall. Yang gets courage, and the Colossus stays alive. They're going to take him down. It's an ace for CB LoL.
That's
and
the game.
Rhinoceros Beetles are going to charge in towards the Nexus. That's game for CB LoL. 23-3. They've taken down the Ezreals.
That was a ridiculous game. It's not over yet. They're actually incredibly low, and Rosie is up. It's taken a long time. This is the slowest Nexus kill ever, and there are multiple champions in front of it.
They're using their rubber hands, and eventually will slap away at the Nexus and take it down. They're laughing here. They've come up with an ingenious strategy, and they're going to be the winners of their match against Oceania.
That was an ordeal. That was a long game for the Zacs. A funny game, a fun game.